Yo, all of you people need to get off of Alarico's fucking neck. Alarico's been having a pretty intense couple of weeks, I feel like. Unnecessarily so. It started off with this, right? Big up Alarico. It started off with this. Somebody on the Techno subreddit posted a thread that said, "I'm sorry, but this ain't it." And it features a video of Alarico in the gym, flexing for the camera. Because in recent months, I guess, Alarico, like a lot of DJs, has gotten into fitness, has gotten into bodybuilding, has gotten into weight training, powerlifting, weightlifting, whatever. He's gotten into the gym. I feel like recently on my timeline, at least anyway, I see a lot more DJs kind of getting healthy. Like, for instance, what's her name? Sarah Landry. Sarah Landry was like a pretty, a bit of a chubby girl. All of a sudden, she's lost a bunch of weight and looks, really good. And I think Alarico's another one, and I've seen quite a few more who are starting to dabble into the gym. I guess a lot of these guys and girls, maybe they got fed up of always being on the sesh. Maybe they want to have some balance and some, a bit, whatever, when it comes to their hedonistic life as a DJ. But whatever it is, a lot of DJs are starting to get into the gym. And obviously with the way that he plays and the style of shirts that he wears, it makes sense, right? You want to wear a wife beater, you want to play the kind of music you're playing, being in type of shape makes sense for what you're basically doing. It's going to allow you to be able to perform at your maximum level. And also, there's nothing wrong with trying to be fit and healthy. But for some reason, within the techno scene, there's this like weird separation. Like, there's all this talk about all of us being together and techno and dance music being a sort of quasi utopia where you could go there and you could be accepted for who you are, no matter what your sexuality, religion, color, race, creed is. You can go into a club, go and listen to some music, go to a festival, connect with people, and no one's gonna judge you. Everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome. Well, that doesn't apply. That doesn't apply for the heteros. I don't think so. I don't think that applies for the straggarts. It applies for everybody else. All the queers and the LGBTQ man them and the girl them and the they dems, they get that acceptance. But when it comes to us, when it comes to the straggarts, when it comes to the heteros, whenever we do some stuff that's very straight coded, all of a sudden it's an issue. So this particular scene that Alarico is a part of, this techno scene, in my personal opinion, is very, for lack of a better term, heteronormative. It's very kind of cisgendered. It's very straight. Right? The girls that go to these clubs to see Alarico play, they're dressed like, for lack of a better term, sluts. Right? And the guys that go to dance at these places are also dressed like, for a better term, sluts. Right? They're sluts on the dance floor. Every guy's got tattoos. They've covered, they got their arms showing. The girls have fucking boob tubes on and no bras. They're bouncing up and down with their big boots. They're shuffling. They're having a good time. Is it for me? Is it for me? No. It's not for me in the slightest, but I appreciate that exists for the kind of bro scene, for the girls that like to look a bit cute and like, have this pretend dusty, look about them. They go to this type of thing. They go to these type of events. They wear their New Rock boots. They shuffle from right to left, right? They have those fucking weird tattoos that look like, somebody drew them that's got fucking, I don't know, Alzheimer's or something, right? Like, they love it. They love that sort of shit. No problem. But I don't see why the wider techno community has such an aversion to this crowd. You see it all the time whenever Maron is booked. Whenever Maron is booked at Berghain, you go in the Berghain community subreddit, you go through the comments, everyone is so aggro and angsty against the Maron crowd because for the most part, the Maron crowd does kind of reflect some of this kind of like archetype of these type of people with the sort of dad hat, with the fucking tattoo sleeves and shit, the fucking wife beater or the sleeveless t-shirt or just no top at all, barging through the fucking club and trying to act like it's their place, right? People always make a point of mentioning it in the flipping Reddit. And I just think if all these guys were gay, if all these guys were queer, it wouldn't be an issue. But I don't understand why we just can't let people live. Like in this particular case, what is he doing wrong by trying to be fit? What's Alarico really doing wrong by trying to be fit? Why is this not it? Why is the title of this Reddit thread, "Sorry, this ain't it"? Why? Because a DJ wants to be fit and healthy. Because a DJ wants to apply some balance in their life, which is the best thing to do, right? I've started to slowly get back into that thing. That's something that I used to always do in the past, right? I was always very steadfast in the idea behind working hard and playing harder. The idea of like balance, like, hey, I like to rave, I like to get on it, but it has to be a balance. Monday to Friday, you work. Saturday, Sunday, you go out and have a good time. Monday comes around, you clock back in again. You don't carry over. There's no afters on a Monday, and you get straight back to work again. I kind of let myself, you know, go and went off the kind of, you know, go a little bit too crazy and go a little bit self-indulgent. But in recent months, in recent weeks, I've started to do the same thing. Monday to Friday, you work. Saturday, Sunday, if you want to get on it, you can. But for DJs, it's even worse. For a DJ, you're a professional DJ. You are booked to play music. You're booked to DJ in these clubs. Most of the time, from like Thursday to Sunday, essentially, right? Thursday to Sunday, they're booked most places around the world. You're flying in, flying out. The lifestyle's pretty crazy. It's kind of easy, I think, to indulge and kind of go a bit crazy and get lost in the sauce. It's very easy to do so. So for a DJ to recognize they're getting lost in the sauce and to correct course, to course correct and reverse and say, you know what, I'm not going to do that. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of wherewithal. It takes a lot of fucking determination. It's not easy, especially when you're being indulged, you're being pampered, people are looking the other way, you have a lot of money, you have a lot of free time, you have people that are enabling you, you know, all this stuff, groupies, male, female, whatever. It's not easy. So the fact that he's taking the time to inject a little bit of fitness, a little bit of workout, a little bit of health in his fucking lifestyle, I think he should be applauded, not mocked for it. But for some reason, he was getting mocked for it. So on the Reddit thread itself, people in the comment section were saying, techno is doomed till the consumers find something new. Another person says here, let's scroll down. It's cringe more than anything. Definitely gives techno versions of LinkedIn lunatics. Is it really cringe though? What's cringe about it? So it's not, that's what I always thought when I was getting on it. I always used to think to myself, like, the really strange thing about getting on it is that when you post pictures of yourself going out, having a good time, getting crazy, you get way more engagement and likes. But you post a picture of yourself, I don't know, revising, writing a book, training, running somewhere, or jogging, whatever, you don't get the same level of engagement. So it's okay if he's posting pictures of himself, you know, a little bit crazy, going nuts behind the booth, or having a good time in the green room and stuff. But the moment he tries to flex and show off his gains of what he's doing in the gym, that now becomes an issue. Come on, man. Another one says, Alarico has become very pretentious after his sleeves got done and bro got jacked. His earlier days pre-jacked and pre-sleeves were funk assault. He was much more tame and humble. Now, not to compare, but I've yet to see this counterpart Klar, or Schlar, however you pronounce that, sorry my friend, Schlar, say such things. Yet, let me make this clear. I am a fan of Alarico, his music, and I think that his product on social media, aura farming, bullshit DJs are expected to do nowadays, but he already had a platform before this stuff was all such an importance of the promoters. Please, that sentence is crazy. Maybe he's just trying to stay relevant and keep up, not getting replaced by TikTok DJ with every 6 month DJing experience and 2 months of producing on Soundtrap. Nah, I don't think that's true. I think it's okay as a fan of Alarico to say, hey, I preferred him before he got jacked and before he got his tattoos. But I don't think it's always so convoluted. It could just be, hey, now that I'm a bigger DJ, now that I've got more money, I've got more time, or now that I've done all the fucking drugs, now I want to get a bit healthy. There should be no harm to it. People should be encouraging him, if anything. But instead, the fans are upset. The fans are upset that he's like looking after himself. It's now an indication that his music has gone bad because he's a bit more vain, I guess. He's a little bit more self-conscious. Like, God damn it. Yeah, he seems like he started going to the gym last year or something, and he's already got his arms out on every opportunity. There's a way to do it that isn't a bit cringeworthy. How can you? I don't think there's a single way. as a DJ that you can get your sleeves done and also have your arms out with a tank top DJing behind a booth and then not be cringy. There's no way that you can be this person and not be cringy. The whole point of being a DJ is that you're cringy, you know? You also can't be a DJ. You also can't be a professional DJ and not be cringy. It's sort of like being a content creator, making stuff that I do. There's no way I can do this and not be cringe. Even if I try my best, inherently talking into a microphone in a room by myself with no one else around is inherently cringe. There's no one, do you know what I mean? There's nowhere else of avoiding it. So the idea of saying, oh, he's cringe because he's got his sleeves done. Shut up. Honestly, shut the fuck up. Another person here says, a guy flexing after his workout said some braggadocious cringe stuff. I say. So again, it's mostly because they're straight. There's a whole bunch of queer gay guys out there who are fucking jacked to the nines. You go to Berghain most nights, you will see some physical specimens that you have never seen in your life. Absolutely ripped to fuck. The kind of guys that you'll see sometimes at Berghain with the tops off, the gay guys. They will make you have body dysmorphia. They'll make you feel self-conscious. I never feel self-conscious in every room I go to. I'm always the most confident person. I always think I'm the baddest person. I always think I'm the best person. I always think I'm numero uno. I always think I'm Picasso. I always think I'm fucking Walt Disney. Yay. You know, Steve Jobs, all combined when I go into any room. But whenever I walk onto that Berghain dance floor and I happen to bump or I happen to get bumped or barged by some of these, you know, super gay guys in Berghain, you figure to yourself, fucking hell, how do you look like that? I didn't even know muscles went. I didn't know you could even get muscles in your spine like that. I didn't even know you could get muscles like that. Where does that muscle come from? The level of jacked in there. So no one has a problem with that. Those guys probably spend way more time in the gym than what Alarico does. Or than what I do, for sure. Because in that, you know, in that scene, in that community of people, looking good is a very, you know, it's a big part of the gay scene, right? So obviously that makes sense. But it's no problem when the gay guys are out here getting jacked and ripped. But the moment a straight guy, you know, wants to get his arms out for the ladies and shit, everyone's got a problem with it and it's cringe. Come on, man. Come on. Do yourself a favor. Which chest, little homie? If Alarico wants to flex, it's an idiotic post in a way, joke or not, and you ain't even big. Oh no, being a touring DJ is so hard. I have many flights. I feel so lonely. Honestly, like, just so much hate. Alarico's a troll and you're buying the bait. If you saw the super reels and the shit that he likes on IG, which are all trolls and satire, you might understand that it's purely to get a laugh. Check the comment sections on Yana or Alarico post. You'll see the friendly banter. Lighten up, folks. Guys, when did everyone get so sensitive? It's a joke. He's taking a piss out of people complaining about most people do for a dream job. Like, it's getting totally honest. For a second, flying across the world, DJ. So anyway, whatever. So he got a lot of hate for that, right? Alarico got a lot of hate for that, yeah? He got a lot of fucking hate for that. A lot of people going in with him because he's now become, you know, a jacked dude. Well, that wasn't it. The hate didn't stop there. The hate didn't only stop there. He announced the other day his own, I think it's a label. I don't think it's just an EP. I think it's his own label too. So Alarico announced his own label, right? And with his own label, he announced the title and the artwork of his label. And it sent people in a fucking tizzy. Because the label name is called FLIRT. The label name is called FLIRT. And people had a real big problem with the imagery that Alarico used for his label or EP, whatever, called FLIRT. And the problem that they had with it is that it features some girls. Some horny looking girls, I guess. And I guess the criticism about Alarico is that some of his tracks feature too many like horny girl samples. Like, I don't know, I'd imagine stuff like, I don't know, I want to suck your dick, and then it kind of drops, right? Or whatever. I'm feeling wet, you know, all that sort of nonsense, right? And people have a real big problem with that, I guess, only when it comes from a straight guy. I personally think so. I think if a gay guy does it, it's not that big of an issue, especially when you think about some of the, you know, voguing songs and shit, whatever else it may be. But I digress. People had a real big issue with the covers, right? And I'll say this at first. If it was me, right? If it was me and I was in Alarico's team, if it was me and I was in his team and I was maybe helping with the art direction and stuff, I would have suggested, if the name of the EP or the title of the CD is called FLIRT, I would have gone for a different imagery just to kind of subvert fucking expectations, you know? Just to kind of approach it from another angle. I know it's called FLIRT, but instead of having an imagery that with a girl that looks like she's sweating or something, and these two girls look like they're gonna get off with each other, they look very, you know, seductive and whatever else it may be. Those are obvious places to go. Like, let's get a hot girl on there looking sexy and stuff, blah blah blah. If you're gonna do the FLIRT thing, just do it a completely opposite image. Okay, something completely opposite. Maybe you could kind of take the word flirt and figure out the etymology of it, figure out maybe different words that you connect with flirting. Maybe it's hand holding, maybe it's locking of the eyes, maybe it's a zoom, maybe it's like candid pictures of various people holding hands together. Maybe it's what, you know what I mean? Just different stuff. Or it could be complete stuff that's completely unrelated to the title of the EP. To subvert expectation, you know? Maybe it's a fucking picture of a fucking screwdriver. You know, completely different, but also kind of related to the term flirt, just to kind of subvert expectation and not be so like on the nose and obvious and bait. But it doesn't matter. He chose this anyway, right? This is artistic expression. I've got my point of view of what I think that the artwork should have been. I'm sure you have your point of view of what the artwork should have been. But he's the artist. He chose the artwork that best fits what he was trying to go for. And he put it out there. But people was killing him for it. Like saying, nah, this is not it. Like, look at the Techno subreddit. I'll show you in other comments too. People, Alarico FLIRT, opinions on the visual artistic direction of Alarico's new label, FLIRT. Another person says here, the groove is massive, but the artwork goes in line with the non-stop horny girl samples. Fuck the horny girl samples. I can stand a few, but every fucking track has them. I want to dance and groove. I don't care about all the horny girls you sampled for your tracks. So let me actually hear it. I actually want to hear some of this stuff. Let me hear what it sounds like. Is it Alarico? Is it FLIRT, right? Let's see. Is it on hard wax? Can I listen to it on hard wax or no? Is it available on hard wax yet? Or am I bugging? Alarico, let's see. Is it available on hard wax? No key. He's got that. Okay, cool. So it's not available there. Is it available anywhere? Can I listen to it anywhere? Let's see. Is the EP available anywhere? FLIRT. Is that it? Okay, this is it, right? Okay, cool. Let's listen to what it is. So I guess it's part 2, right? I guess it's gonna be this. It's gonna be part 2. I'm assuming yes, part 2. Let's hear what it sounds like. Surge. The first track is Surge. I like it, man. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Uh-huh. Just quickly, by the way, I think the artwork works way better without the imagery. I said put imagery that's not related, maybe look at the word FLIRT and think of different images that can relate to it, like holding hands, eye connection, whatever else it may be, that's whatever, right? But I actually think just the title alone gets across what it's trying to say, especially with the red color and the black titles. I also like the logo of FLIRT here on the side. It's a decent name. I think the name fits better without the imagery. Like, you don't actually need the imagery, actually, weirdly enough. You actually don't need the overt imagery of the girls looking all, you know, all seductive and stuff. It's probably not necessary. It gets it across already just with just the black on red text, or the black on red text there actually works pretty well in my personal opinion. But hey, what do I know? Where is it? Where are you? 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 Where did I put the fucking title? Is it here somewhere? Did I move it? What did I move it to? Oh shoot! Bear with me a second here. Where's the fucking thread? Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Ah, for some reason I can't find it. Now I can't fucking find it. Now I can't fucking find it. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? It's not that one. It's not this one. Which one is it then? Okay, cool. Bear me 1 second. Let me just quickly find this. Where are you? It's not there. It's not here. I don't know where it is. Where are you? Is it Obey? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, play again. Is that the flirty samples? Is that it? Just that sound of that girl like kind of moaning. That's the thing that's making people so annoyed. There's hardly anything there. Unless there's more coming. No pun intended, but there's nothing in there. good, man. It's, again, people are bugging. They're making it seem like this song or this EP contains loads of fucking horny samples, but it's not that much. You can barely even hear what she's saying. I always hear the side of that, right? Like a side, I don't know. There's like a little moan there. I can't even hear words. It's not even that bad. Like if you weren't paying attention, you'd think it's an instrument or something. You wouldn't even think it was a voice, you know? So I don't think it's that bad. I think people again are over exaggerating. It's not that bad at all. I like Alarico and his sound, but his label is very bad taste. Makes him look like a teenager going through puberty who's discovered boobs for the first time. This might be a money move going for the TikTok crowd who are more about the image rather than music. It still sounds good though. Even if what he's saying is true, and it's maybe a little bit too horny, a little bit too, I don't know, like, you know, whatever, sex pesty, whatever the term is, right? It still sounds like good music. And I also think it's very in tune with what he plays and the people he plays for. I'd imagine that whole entire scene, because when I think of Alarico, I think of like, although he's not associated with him, I think of people like Samwen, I think of people like Kobalsi and shit. I think of that crew. And those crew, they walk like, they basically, for lack of a better term, again, please forgive me if this is incorrect, but the vibe those guys give off is that they DJ partly for the girls anyway. You know, they DJ partly so they can fuck. And the girls also enjoy that they DJ because they like to fuck them or like to stand next to them, you know? It's like a symbiotic relationship. Like it's like they all kind of get, you know, they get off on each other, for lack of a better term. Is it for me personally? Would I ever go to those events? Probably not. But you can't deny that the people that go to these raves are the type of people that would probably be happy and will be over the fucking moon if they got picked to be the cover girl of this fucking EP or whatever. They'd love it. They'd love it. You know what I mean? These are people that will be competing to send images in of themselves looking very seductive and salacious and whatever else may be explicit, so they could so they could be featured on the artwork. They'd be super happy. They'd be queuing around the block to be taking pictures of, especially if it was like an in-person studio thing in Berlin or something. They fucking love it. So I understand for some people, maybe they don't want to see this type of imagery, but again, like I said, if this was the other way around, if this was for the folks that swing the other way, it wouldn't be such an issue. You know, it's okay to have like horny images if you're gay or you're queer, but the moment you start, you know, playing into the horny image thing and maybe start to objectify women and shit on the covers, it's bad. But if you're objectifying men or queer people on covers, it's not a problem. It's like, come on, man. I thought we were accepting of all people. I thought techno and the scene in general was accepting of all people, all flavors, all sexual orientations, all whatever. If that's the case, let everybody rock and do their thing. You don't have to like it. You don't have to be a part of it, but come on, man. All the fucking like hand wringing and pearl clutching, all this is fucking pathetic. Really is pathetic. Another person says extremely tone deaf and just generally uncomfortable. What? You're uncomfortable by seeing a girl hidden behind some tech. Like what? Uncomfortable? Are you for real? So if that cover makes you uncomfortable, how do you feel about the Epstein list? People just use big words that don't make any sense. If that makes you uncomfortable, what about everyone that you've seen that they've heard about on the Epstein list and shit? How does that make you feel? How does the Diddy shit make you feel? If this makes you feel uncomfortable, it's such an overreaction. It's also disappointing to see male DJs who are speaking out about the serious issues of the harder techno scene just weeks ago now cheering this on under his post. What's the problem with it though? You like the guys are abusing girls out here and doing the madness, right? Bury them under the jail. But if you're a guy that, you know, doesn't abuse girls and treats them well, and you have a fucking, you know, it's like a mutual beneficial relationship where you go on tour and you smash fans and they like to hang out with you because they get free drugs and guest lists, what's the issue? Personally, I prefer if that wasn't the main thing in the scene with a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people go out mainly so they can hook up with people and, you know, do all that sort of nonsense. I wish there was more of a focus on the music, but unfortunately, this is the world that we live in now. People have turned people have made the hedonistic side of dance music the main thing. But it is a part of it. That's the thing that's annoying me. People are acting like this hedonistic, almost like slutty, sex addicted part of the scene isn't real. It is. It's obviously real. There are people that legitimately get to clubs, go for the sole purpose of trying to hook up, of trying to of just getting attention and getting that dopamine hit, of making themselves feel good, feel pretty, whatever it may be. That is also a thing. People are denying it. But I guess it's okay if it's in the queer scene, but it's not good if it's in the quote-unquote straight scene. It's just like, come on, man. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like it, but let the people rock. It's not a good look to have all the union labels whose aesthetic is sexualizing women. I feel like for Flint community, a situation like this, it must be awful. But is it really sexualizing women if they're okay being sexualized? Is that really a problem? Why is that a problem, though? If the woman doesn't mind being sexualized and wants to use her sexuality in order to kind of, you know, display the image or get across a certain message. What's the problem with it? Same reason why I don't really have a problem with the girls that wear no bras jumping up and down behind the booth. Are they over-sexualizing themselves? Yes. Are they probably going to regret it in the long run because there will be more of a focus on what they look like as opposed to their skills as a DJ? Of course. But in the here and now, if they want to break through, if they want to go viral, if they want to become a professional DJ, I get you. You do what you have to do. If you want to fucking activate the fucking DJ simps, go ahead. Jump up and down. Let your boobs swing. Do you, girl. I'm not going to hate whatsoever. But I hate people that denying that this is also a fact of music. This is also a fact of the scene. This is also an intrinsic part of the scene. People are denying its truth. It's here. You can't move past it. You can't move past it. It's a part of it. Another person says, I'm not really sure, not my cup of tea of artistically, but if the music doesn't suffer, then it's fine. Exactly. A mature comment for once. I kind of like, feeling like more of where Hayes is going instead. Even Primal Instinct. I can't defend those AI music videos they made for Primal Instinct as much as I love their sound. The EP cover art and track names are giving TikTok techno rave. But again, I don't mind it, man. I don't care. What does it say? Surge, lust, ivory, plastic, never enough, hallucinate. Again, like, reading all this into track names is fucking insane. Anyway, it got so bad, right? It got so fucking bad. Look at the post on the Burger and Reddit. 114 comments. 114 comments. At first got finding, what's this? Yeah, he said it was indicative to young people. This coupled with a cringy gym post the other day makes me think he fumbled a techno bag. He's slowly growing. This type of shit would work for Kobo Seal in the hard techno circles, but not in the traditional techno circles. It doesn't matter, man. If this is your vibe and this is what you want to present artistically, I don't care what scene you're in, it should be accepted. I think people just have more of a problem with it, in my personal opinion, because it's coming from a straight guy. In my personal opinion, I think there's a resistance, there's an uncomfortability people have with like the sexualizing of women and maybe the overt sexualization coming from men in that side of the scene. Do I like it personally? No. Would I prefer we had a scene that was more focused around community, around music, around discovery, around skills and shit, and great production of events, all that malarkey? Of course. But unfortunately, this is the real world, and the real world has varying people who are into different things. There are some people who go out on nights out with the sole purpose of trying to hook up. With the sole purpose of trying to hook up in the clubs as well. You know, that's also a thing. So to deny that and to say it's not a thing is dumb. There's also certain people, girls included, who like being groupies, who like standing around booths, flying around different locations and being there, being pictured there, getting guest lists and shit, being in the fucking green room. This is a part of the scene. Why are you denying it, man? Let people live that want to enjoy that sort of shit. Unfortunately, the lad culture has invaded the rave scene. It's corrosive and horrible. Is it though? Why is it corrosive and horrible? Why? Why? Why is it corrosive and horrible? Because the guys don't say period. Because the guys don't fucking tap their feet. Like, come on, man. Like, we need to be able to accommodate all flavors in the scene. I think the scene and raving in general was way better when there was, you know, some lads in there, some gays, some FAGESs and shit, some day-dems, some older folks. That's when it was better, in my opinion, when we were all together, a melange, a melting pot. But now everyone's kind of got their own little scenes, their own little raves. Everyone's become really precious about what they want to see in certain places. But we should all share the dance floor together. This is where we should all come in the dance floor and you know, under the fucking lights and shit. This is where all those fucking preconceived notions of people should be left at the door. Left at the door. We should all unite because, hey, we love this DJ, we love this night, we love this scene, we want to be a part of it. It shouldn't be about, oh, because you swing this way, because you're a lad, because you identify this way, because you're this presenting, there you're not good for seeing. It's like, come on, man, come on. Let's all be nice to each other, man. Let's all be nice to each other. Low effort, immature, out of touch. If an awkward solo bedroom producer with no one to imagine a sex theme techno concept like album like that, not great. I'm a fan of his music, but this is cringe. I feel like you can get the idea of flirt across without being sexualized. That's what I was saying though. I think he could have got the idea of flirt across without the overt image of sexualization. Without the overt sexualized image, he could have got the images across like what he did originally, like this. I think this works perfectly for him. I would say don't change this. I'd say the red with the red background with the black text, it works perfectly. It gets it across perfectly. Perfectly. And if it was me, and I was doing the artwork for the album, for the fucking cover, I would make sure the images were just completely unrelated to flirt, you know? To make it kind of stick out a little bit. That would be pretty cool. as opposed to what's going on there. Sounds great. Visuals and ethos are incredibly poorly timed. Outdated given the techno Me Too movement, especially given testimonies of hard groove techno artists wearing the vest being called out. Just childish. No, I don't think as a DJ you should temper the way that you present yourself if you are sexualized because of what's going on with this Me Too movement. If you're a good dude, if you're a good guy, continue being a good guy. I think it's possible. I think it's very possible to be a good guy DJ that also maybe dabbles in going around the world and fucking people from time to time. I personally don't think it's the most healthy thing to do, but I think it is possible to be a good guy, good girl, whatever, and get that and be involved in that type of lifestyle, that type of debauchery. I don't think you should temper yourself because the bad actors in the scene are doing a madness, are being creepy, are doing somewhat illegal things, stuff that could get you fucking thrown in prison. I don't think you should temper yourself based on that, in my personal opinion. But again, what do I know? Well, to make matters worse, he actually deleted the artwork. He deleted the artwork and posted a somewhat of an apology on his Instagram. He apologized for having, I don't know, an opinion on what he wanted his art to look like. He apologized for the choice of artwork that he put on his fucking album, or his EP, sorry, and he posted a statement on his Instagram basically walking all this shit back. Like, imagine apologizing for this. Imagine having apologized because you put a couple of pictures of some, I don't know, hot girls on your fucking cover. Is it a little bit cringe? Yes. Is he maybe too old for this? Yes. Okay, but again, it's my fucking artistic expression. This is why I wanted to get across. It didn't land, cool. You don't have to buy it, you can move on. Or I can make alternative covers, but I'm not going to change it or fucking apologize. But he did. He bowed to the pressure, unfortunately. He bowed to the public pressure and he apologized and deleted the post. Absolutely insane, to be honest. In my personal opinion, I think it's an absolute overreaction. An absolute overreaction and a pearl clutching that makes all of us look fucking dumb and immature and really reactive and just stupid. Like, in the grand scheme of things, this is so overblown. Alarico's statement. Dear everyone, I've seen a discussion around the artwork for the first FLIRT announcement and want to address it. The photo features someone who has been deeply important to this project. She contributed vocals to several of the tracks and has been a huge part of my creative life. Sure she has, mate. The artwork was intended as a personal homage to her and the energy she brought to the music, never to sexualize or objectify anyone. At the same time, I understand that the imagery may have been received differently, especially in the context of the ongoing important conversations in the scene. I take that feedback seriously. Again, that feedback should have nothing to do with you if you don't move like that. I'm sorry, if you don't move like that, you shouldn't have to be walking on eggshells because there's some creeps in the scene. Because fucking, what's his name? Shlomo and was it Phantasm or whatever his fucking name is, and Hades and all these fucking dorks. Because all those fucking dorks are moving mad in the scene, doesn't mean everyone else has to kind of walk on eggshells. If anything, the guys that act like gentlemen should be brought to the forefront. You know what I mean? The guys that act like fucking gentlemen should be brought to the forefront, but you shouldn't be able to walk on eggshells and change your artwork because everyone is looking at some of these creepier DJs. If you're not creepy, you don't have anything to worry about. To respect the discussion and avoid further misunderstanding, I'm updating the artwork for the release and wherever it has been already published. I care deeply about this community and about contributing to the scene where people feel comfortable, respected and safe to express themselves. I will take this feedback on board and approach future visual decisions with greater awareness. Thank you for everyone who's shared their thoughts respectively. I really appreciate it and invite you to engage with me on this topic as I'm keen to hear you out and understand and reflect. Oh my God, man. Fucking hell. Like, why? Like, you didn't need to apologize for this, brother. Honestly. Yes, was it a little bit cringe? Cool. Was it a little bit corny? Yeah. But so what? So what? This is harmless, man. Absolutely harmless. And the people that are complaining, in my opinion, are the people that wouldn't even buy your stuff anyway. They didn't even listen to Alarico in the first, but they won't go to his fucking raves. But they've got such an opinion on the imagery that he puts out in terms of what he wants to express artistically. Like, come on, man. Do yourself a favor, man. Everyone just overreacting over fucking nothing. Nonsense. Nonsense. Maybe people are a little bit pent up and a little bit, sensitive because of what's going on with this Me Too movement stuff. But again, focus your energy on the niggas and the people who actually need to get cancelled. You know, the people who are out here fucking, I don't know, teenagers in fucking South America. The people who are out here allegedly, trying to hook up with girls while they're sleeping. Trying to take advantage of drunk girls and shit. Those are the ones that should be focused on. Not people who, oh, I'm going to put a picture of my cute girlfriend on an album cover because I think that might get some of the simps or some of the whatever gooners to buy the album cover more. Or it might get across what I'm doing. Or it might be an actual reflection of my life. Where I am out and outside and I'm surrounded by some of these, like, do you know what I mean? What the fuck, man? Like, come on, man. Come on. Come on. In the comments, big up Bailey Ibbs. Big up Bailey Ibbs. Can't fault taking the time and action to amend this within the short space of time. Anyone who knows you knows you're a good guy and cares about what's right. Deep love, mate. Big love, mate. Really pleased to see this. I don't think it was necessary, personally. Yes, it was kind of cool to see somebody acknowledging some of this in real time and taking the feedback on board and not, you know, and not letting it, and not kind of, I guess, not taking it like, not getting defensive, understanding where it's coming from. And maybe, to be fair to the critics right there, right? Maybe the critics expect more from Alarico because they rate him more as a DJ. They rate him more as an artist, right? So maybe the likes of Cobo Seal, the likes of someone that I mentioned earlier, maybe some of these people in the scene don't expect much from them because they make like TikTok music or whatever they think they make. But maybe people like have a lot of high hopes for Alarico because I think he signed to Key in it, right? Which is what you call it, Freddie K's label. So maybe there's a lot more respect, there's a lot more admiration for him as an artist and a person because who he signed for or who he DJs with, blah, 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 blah. But I still think, as an artist, you should be allowed to express yourself the way you want to express yourself, within reason, of course. And I also don't think the reaction that he's been getting for this album cover is warranted. It's not warranted. It really isn't. It really isn't that deep. Is it a little bit, even the title of the thing, is it cringe, flirt? Yeah, it is, a bit cringe. But whatever, man, that's my expression. That's what I was feeling like at the time. That's what I wanted to name it. Sometimes you're in the studio and that's where the inspiration comes from. Maybe you were flirting as you were making the track and that's where the inspiration comes from. Maybe you're just in the fucking flirty era or whatever it may be. That's where the inspiration comes from that's led into the album. That doesn't mean to say the whole thing's going to be sex-based, whole thing's going to be fucking seduction-based, romance-based. It might just be that's the kind of initial theme, the tone that set the project in motion. And the other tracks might be completely different. You never fucking know. Everyone jumping to conclusions again, Nicholas or something like this is so fucking dumb. Big overreaction. Blasher Alat said, thank you for taking the advice to remove the artwork. Again, like, cancel culture can work sometimes, but when it's done like this, where people think like they can tell you when to, like, honestly, I would have, if it was me, I would have just kept the artwork. Even if I did agree that it was cringe, I would have just kept it out of principle because people are telling me to remove it. Like, who are you to tell me what I can do or can't do with my art? Do you know what I mean? Like, my creative expression, my artistic expression. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, my artistic expression is now being kind of dictated by how it makes people feel. Oh, you make me feel uncomfortable because I put a picture of a girl there. It's not like, it'd be a different thing if it was like a blurred out picture of someone's minge on the fucking cover. Fair enough, right? But it's a picture of some girls looking like there's worse pictures on Twitter most days. Like, come on, man. Everyone get a fucking grip. You know we supported you from earlier in your career, so this comes from a place of love. It was tasteless and against the backdrop of what women are. Why is it tasteless though? Why is it tasteless? So if the Me Too thing was happening, having some girls on the album cover is tasteless. Get out of here, man. It was tasteless against the backdrop of what women are currently speaking about against the scene specifically, so no wonder there was a backlash. You have a big following and that comes with influence. We know you're one of the good guys. Yuck. Bruh, I don't think you have to go around talking about you're one of the good guys. Your actions speak louder than words. And I think on that sense anyway, if you are one of the good guys, give me the benefit of the doubt then. If I'm one of the good guys, give me the benefit of the doubt. Don't lecture me about what I should and shouldn't be doing. You know? Oh, you're one of the good guys, but we're going to assume that you meant to do this in a creepy way. We're going to assume that you had the worst intentions. We're going to assume that the girls you put on the cover were exploited. They didn't know the pictures were taken. Like, we're going to assume all these things. But you're one of the good guys. Man, get out of here with this fake concern thing, sympathy, empathy shit, man. Get out of here. You have a big following, and with that comes influence. We know you're one of the good guys. Your intention wasn't to cause any harm, but it's important to step outside of the bro echo chamber. What's wrong with the bro echo chamber, brother? What's wrong with the bro echo chamber, Blash and Alat? There's a queer echo chamber that also exists. Is that not bad? No one talks about that out. No one's allowed to say nothing about that. But if you're in the bro echo chamber, that's a problem. Like, I'm not even in that fucking thing, and it fucking pisses me off. Like, why can't we all just let each other exist in our own little bubbles, our own little echo chambers? Because in that little echo chamber of bro echo chamber, in that, that makes no sense. In that fucking bro echo chamber, maybe this artwork is okay. Right? Maybe that's perfectly fine. No one's gonna bat an eyelid. If you see this on, if you replace Flirt with DC-10, no problem. None whatsoever. If you replace Flirt with what's that fucking thing? I don't know, with passion. What's that type? What's that? With Fuse. If you replace Flirt with Fuse, no problem whatsoever. But of course, if you put that as a flyer, or you replace the word Fuse with another, you know, with a fucking, you know, with a queer that maybe in that kind of scene, it's not gonna go down well. I get it. But maybe in other scenes, certain artwork, certain aesthetic goes well and blends well with what they do. You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't carry your expectations, your taste, your whatever, and apply it to other echo chambers. Stay in your echo chamber. Whatever goes there is fine. Be happy actually when you see this sort of stuff. Oh yeah, this could never run in my little echo chamber. But trying to dictate what other people do based on what you feel comfortable about is fucking asinine. It really is. And see these images perpetuate misogyny. Perpetuate misogyny. It's a fucking cover of an EP. Oh my god. Anyway, those saying we're too sensitive clearly do not see the bigger picture. I don't. You have real opportunity to empower women and minorities within our scene, and really hope that you can do that going forward. Honestly, this is such an overreaction. This is such an overreaction, man. I can't believe we have such babies, man. Such babies in the scene. Like, if the guy is such a good guy, why not give him the benefit of the doubt? Why assume that it was done with the bad intentions? Like, honestly, man, people are just like, awful. If you don't do things exactly the way they want you to do them, you're problematic. It's like, huh? Why can't I express myself when I want to express myself? People who complained about this need to get over themselves. Exactly. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. I admire you for listening to the feedback, but this is your art. Exactly. Anyone who has a problem with it, just projecting their own insecurity about it. We're not supposed to agree with everything we see. Sometimes things make us uncomfortable. It's not up to the artist to make someone feel comfortable about what they don't like. And it's not even up to you to explain it. I'm even pissed off that I explained it. If you wanted to just change it because, you know, the feedback was whatever, cool. But don't explain yourself. Don't say, oh yeah, the girl that's on it is a friend of mine. Let people assume what they want to assume. Don't even explain yourself. It's your art. Like, what the fuck are you explaining yourself for? Like, what the fuck? Another person, a big part of the artwork meant a lot to me, and I was generally happy to be involved. It came from a place of appreciation. I never felt uncomfortable with it. Thank you. Oh, that's one of the girls, right? In it. Big up this lady for defending fucking Alarico. That's nice. Well done to her, man. That's really cool. Big up her. She defended him there. Nice to see. What did the reply say? That big up one of the cover girls of defending him. Most important thing is that you enjoyed and felt comfortable doing it. Second, you look amazing. People are always going to find something to say because there's so much negativity out there. Expressing yourself in form of art, ignore and keep doing what you're doing, girl. Exactly. Big up that girl stepping in and defending him. Nastya come in there, said, I'm glad you had time to think about it and made a change. Would be great to see you both on the cover as published, so many cool pictures together already. Flirt isn't about women. Flirt is always about the least two people. Alarico for the cover. Yeah, that's actually a good suggestion. That's actually a good suggestion. If you're gonna do the flirt thing, like make it, yeah, you know, have it two people on there. Actually, like, that's not a bad suggestion there. We still have a long way to go, especially when I see so many people in the comments saying they didn't see an issue with it. People need to touch grass. Nothing wrong with the cover. Exactly. I respect you for lending it here to the fans, but wasn't Techno about freedom of expression? Exactly, and resistance. Them complaining about the cover art when the art is completely subjective in the eye of the beholder is what baffles. And exactly, and also trying to blend the two things. The Me Too, like, honestly, we heard, right? We heard a story, courtesy of fucking Brad No Limit, of allegedly Slow-Mo, allegedly, I said this allegedly, traveling to places like Colombia with the sole intention of fucking 16-year-olds. This is what we're hearing, right? We're hearing these things from Brad No Limit. We're hearing these things. And people are trying to conflate what that scumbag is allegedly doing in fucking South America, in third world countries, with fucking Alarico posting a picture of a friend or someone that he knows or whatever on an album cover that looks cute, that matches the fucking title of the EP. Are we for real? Are we for real? You're trying to fucking equate Slow-Mo sharing a story about him and his friends hooking up with a girl that was drunk in the green room while her dad was outside, with fucking him putting a picture of a cute girl on a cover. Like, fuck off, man. Like, honestly, so disingenuous. Like, god damn. Like, come on, bruh. Like, as if they're the same thing. Oh, you should be more sensitive. To what? To what? I'm not doing that. Why should I be sensitive? I'm not out here fucking abusing people, taking advantage of fans and shit. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. No, but people really have no problem with it in real life. Exactly. Techno, like any art form, should stand for freedom of expression. It may not be my personal style, but honestly, I don't see anything wrong with what you did. Exactly. I don't even fucking like it. It's a bit early 2000s for me, right? It's a bit early 2000s for me. It's a little bit, you know, it's a little bit whatever. It's a little bit too on the nose, a bit too obvious. I think nowadays, when it comes to artwork, you sometimes have to like subvert meanings, come from a different angle. You know what I mean? Like, always apply that kind of Kanye philosophy of approaching things in a different way. Not going for the expected thing. That's what you should probably do. But it's your expression. Run with it. Run with it. And also, it's music. If the cover, I don't like it, but the music is good, I don't give a fuck. Really and truly, I really don't give a fuck. What concerns me more is how quickly people jump to judge, often just following trends or opinions without thinking for themselves. If an artist wants to explore a more sensual or provocative aesthetic, that's their choice. If they choose the opposite, that's equally valid. Exactly. If you don't like horny samples, I get it. Horny samples can be a bit cringe. Playing horny samples on your headphones, especially if they're non-cancelling headphones, can be fucking wild, right? Hearing, you know, people overhearing the moans and groans or accidentally playing that shit aloud can be very embarrassing. I get it. I get it. I get it. But just because it makes you embarrassed, it makes you feel uncomfortable, doesn't mean you have to tell the person they have to stop doing it. Or you have a right to say that. It doesn't mean that. I'm sorry, it doesn't. It doesn't. We need to move away from this culture of social banning that limits creativity instead of encouraging it. Nothing here felt abusive or disrespectful. Just a different, slightly cheeky way of expressing emotion about how you feel for your music should be felt. That should be allowed. Exactly, man. You may not like it. It's a bit cringe. It's a little bit immature coded, whatever. But fine, man. Another person. Don't change it. It's something you as an artist already created with a lot of effort and dedication. I think you should change it. Just because it just looks a bit lame. Not because I don't like the message, but it looks a bit lame. I think what he did with the color works way better. Or if you're going to do the image, make it an image that's completely unrelated. Just to kind of, you know, add a bit of something different there. I think that would work much better. But again, what do I know? Continuing on. If you do, it would be like telling Picasso to change his artwork. Picasso's a bad example, I'm not going to lie. Picasso's a bad name to mention. Given what we know about, you know, great artist, one of my favorite artists of all time. You know, someone I studied when I was in uni doing art and shit. One of my favorite artists of all time. But given, you know, Picasso's history with women, we have to maybe not mention him. Probably not the best example there. Probably not the best example. But hey, I digress. Or you digress. To change his artwork just because society at the time didn't like it. If you start doing that, later on they'll tell you to start changing some lyrics in a song simply because they feel affected. Exactly. It will never stop. The fact that he bucked to this pressure, the fact that he fucking kneeled, the fact that he fucking, you know, acquiesced is now going to invite all these motherfuckers to start critiquing and pointing and say, hey, you're going too chatty, you're being too broy, you're doing too much gym, not too much on the chest, not too much on the bicep. Like, shut up, man. Honestly, you are great and you are an artist. You have to remain neutral, accept the feedback you receive, but don't change anything. The modern world sucks. How posting a picture of your face with your girlfriend can be seen as sexualization. Exactly. I'm sorry, but is that girl his girlfriend actually? Is that girl actually his girlfriend? That makes it even more hilarious. Is that girl his girlfriend? That makes it even more hilarious. If one of these girls is actually his girlfriend, that makes it even more hilarious. People are getting their knickers in a twist about him putting his girlfriend on the cover. If that's the case, that's fucking hilarious. Honestly, people are so pathetic sometimes. Honestly, what an overreaction, man. I'm sorry, but you should never compromise your art due to the projected insecurities. Nothing against you. I get the subject as of late has been sensitive, but people taking it literally as objectifying women is a reach. People see the surface and don't do their due diligence. People try to bitch about these little things when there are much bigger issues going on in the world. I don't think it can, I don't think that's the argument. I think the argument should be, don't relate what I'm doing with my cover to what Shlomo and them motherfuckers are doing. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Don't make that correlation. Because he kind of looks like them a little bit dress-wise, maybe the music is different, but because maybe aesthetically he's kind of similar to how they kind of dress, doesn't mean he's doing exactly the same things, you know? Just because those guys are out here doing the madness and, you know, creepy, weird stuff with fucking girls, doesn't mean he has to now, what? Like, curb what he's doing, change what he's, like, I'm not doing anything wrong. The artwork really reflected the sound you've been honing in for the last few years, in my opinion. Stay true to your vision, brother. So yeah, absolutely nonsense, man. In my opinion, nonsense. Such an overreaction. But now we know why you chose to offer your new label at the stage of your career. With your skills and fame resources, Tate influenced... Huh? God damn, Anastasia Christensen. Why'd you say that for? Bloody hell, she went hard. But now we know what you chose to offer with your new label at this stage of your career. With your skills and fame and resources, Tate infused incel Brontourage audiences are cheering. Okay, I guess she's not happy. Who else is here? I am Show, Alison Rivera. Have here for you. Please keep doing you. Anyone expressing an honoring creative process in any form should not be harassed. Hey, thank you. I want you to know that your intention to honor someone important to your music comes through, and that kind of authenticity is something. No, it doesn't really come through, to be fair. The pictures are quite horny. They don't. It doesn't really come. If you want to honor somebody and honor his girlfriend, you could have taken way better pictures. The pictures aren't even that great, you know. If you want to honor your girlfriend, she deserves better pictures than that, you know. Better pictures. I think she deserves to not look, you know, like that. I think you could have took way better pictures, like a nice close frame fucking film picture, maybe of her doing something nice, you know, something motherly, something cute, something romantic or something. That'd be way better, do you know? As opposed to the other, or maybe you two together, maybe one of the first pictures they took together. I don't know, whatever. But again, you know, maybe that's not what you want to do. Who am I telling what to do? Sending support, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so that happened there. So everyone was pissed off, but he changed it. So I hope everyone's happy about him changing it because, you know, now you won. Now the crowd won. I guess to a certain extent, the crowd won. So yeah, there we go. He posted it on his post over there. We saw that. Okay. And then the other thing I want to talk about is there was actually an update post. Actually, let me see if I can find the update post where a lot of people were discussing as well. The update post was equally, I think, was actually interesting because I think a lot of people agreed with what I was saying. Yo, big up Izanella. Actually, the photo is too blasé. Oh, it's too passe, sorry. If anything, it needs to go harder. Real risque art that makes you like sports literature. Exactly. Like, you could go two directions. With the title Flirt, you go two directions. You go like super sexual, like bordering on explicit, or you go the complete opposite way that doesn't really have anything to do with the title Flirt. Like, for instance, like, imagine you had like a box of tools as the background. Imagine it was a fucking yacht. Imagine it was a fucking croissant on a table, like a really nice croissant image, you know? You go completely opposite. So either you go really sexual or you go the complete opposite, and that would probably fit the title of it. But if the title has something to do with his girlfriend, like imagine if it's his girl, if it's like a tribute to his girlfriend, right? Hey, we met each other and the term flirt was one of the words that we used to describe each other. I don't know, when we first met. I don't know. I'm just thinking aloud here, right? I have no idea about the relationship. I have no idea who fucking his girlfriend is in the first place, right? Actually, I think it might be that blonde earlier. Is that the girl? Let me scroll down in his profile. Is the girlfriend actually the blonde lady? Let's double check his profile. Big up Alarico still. I think, you know, you did nothing wrong, brother. Maybe it's this lady here. I don't think she doesn't look the same though. I don't think it's the same person. Maybe it is. I don't know. But regardless, right? Like, this picture would work as the cover too. But imagine if it was a you know, something that they kind of relate to because, you know, it's something that they did when they were together, the term flirt. Cool. No problem. But then what's the issue? If it's to do with his relationship. And also, he shouldn't have to explain it. He should not have to explain it. He should not have to explain it. In my personal opinion, he should not have to explain it to make people feel comfortable. But I was happy to see that it wasn't only me that thought it was over the top. Some people in the Techno subreddit did agree and say the apology and all the fucking backlash and outrage around it was fucking stupid. So someone in the comments says, and Zuma being part of this artwork meant a lot to me. Exactly. Word of the lady on the cover. Exactly. Case closed. Not for everyone, it seems. I don't know how people keep criticizing. Knowing the context, a woman on the cover collaborating in the whole process. What remains is an outraged public that policed a woman to express herself tastefully in a sexualized way. Exactly. It's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Techno has become a bunch of gatekeepers that police how you look. If y'all would have a heart attack with Chicago Ghetto House. Exactly. Although I'm opposed to the policing of artwork, aesthetically the cover and the song titles were, as the kids say, pretty cringe. However, the word I prefer to use for aesthetics would be kitsch. If the art is considered kitsch, it's typically perceived as being a banal and superficial in quality. I think the cover offended people aesthetically because, well, the sexy techno woman is a tired, empty trope, which doesn't exactly conjure up images of resistance, counterculture, and rebellion. But unfortunately, techno isn't that anymore. There are some pockets where that exists, where those three cornerstones of techno still exist: rebellion, counterculture, resistance. But for the most part, techno is just an aesthetic now. Techno is fucking somebody putting a fucking choker around their neck. Techno is somebody buying a harness from Amazon. Techno is somebody buying double-soled Dr. Martin boots. That's what techno is to some people now. Techno is wearing a fucking studded belt. Techno is having a fucking tramp stamp tattoo. That's what techno is to some people. Techno, some people is getting their face covered in piercings. It's just an aesthetic. It's a hair color. It's a hair dye color. It's a shaved head. You know what I mean? That's what techno is nowadays. It's not no more, really, for the most part, about resistance, counterculture, or rebellion. There are some people that still espouse those kind of, cornerstones, and we celebrate them. But for the most part, if you go in most big techno subreddit kind of, techno Instagram fucking pages, the one I can think about straight away is that Berlin techno something, right? What's it called? It's called Berlin techno something. You go in that and you see what people are really about, right? Berlin Techno OFC. This is kind of what the scene's about. It's about, scantily clad girls. Like this girl, has she got a top on? Of course. Has she got a bra on? Of course no bra. No bra, bouncing up and down, playing something, right? Whatever. That's what techno's about. Is that the sound? Can I hear it? Yeah, this is what the scene is. This shit. This is what the scene is. People jumping up and down. Is it good though? Not too sure. And obviously, there's some sexualizing women in there. There's going to be some zooming in on the camera of some girl dancing, looking cute and shit. That's the scene. That is unfortunately the scene. Another one here. We don't care about her. Let's move on. Right? Like, it's all the same shit. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, the scene is that. There is no more counter. All these legends, right? All these legends that laid the fucking groundwork for all of us out here to be doing what we're doing now. They're no longer what people are fucking looking at and pointing at. It's completely different now. It's mostly aesthetic. It's mostly vibes. Unfortunately, most of it is vibes. Most of it aesthetic. It's not what we would hope it would be. This sounds pretty good though. I take it back. That sounds pretty good. Most of it isn't that. Unfortunately, it's all superficial shit. It's all pretty superficial shit. It's not all this stuff. It's not Jeff Mills. It's not this. Unfortunately, it's different shit. It's different shit. Unfortunately, it's different shit. Big up Jeff Mills, legend. Come on. Unfortunately, the scene is no longer like this. The scene is no longer like this. It isn't. This to Nor do the surface level BDSM track titles, especially dogs playing poker. I think a lot of people conflated the aesthetic repulsion with the political landscape of the Me Too movements. Kudos to him for collaborating with his girlfriend and trying to honor her contribution. The way the product was presented, though, perhaps just comes off a bit insincere or empty when positioned with a larger historical aesthetical framework. If I have to be honest, I'll say this. I personally think the whole explanation about the girlfriend is bullshit. I think he's just panicking and trying to like save face. I think the title flirt is what it means, flirt. I think the imagery that you see there is what you see there. That's what he went to get across. You know, he's a horny lad. He's probably getting a lot of, you know, action out there, being a popular DJ. Girls probably like him and shit. He enjoys their company. He wanted to fucking display that on the cover, you know? He's currently got, I mean, I think that's it. It's fairly self-explanatory. I think the whole thing about, oh, it's my girlfriend. Nah, I think if it was, you'd probably approach it in a different way. You'd probably take a bit more, I don't know, if it was me, it'd be a bit more tasteful, or it would be a really fucking aggressive picture, you know, opposite way, with both of you on the cover, maybe in some fucking embrace or something, you know what I mean, going that direction. But I think this was clearly what he was trying to do. It didn't land, fair enough, but trying to, you know, forcing him to fucking change it and shit, write an explanation is like, oh yeah, it's such an overreaction. It really is. He didn't need to do that at all. It wasn't that deep. I finally was able to see the artwork in question. Are you guys fucking kidding me? LMAO, it's not my favorite looks. Looks like a 2000s IB for artwork, but to cause a scene to get him to change it. What the fuck is wrong with people? Exactly. Especially in Techno scene, which is notoriously hedonistic. And people don't want to believe that, by the way. People don't want that. I don't know why. I don't like the cover IMO. Techno works better with abstract imagery, but come on, this is tamer than Rihanna cover, or at least Taylor Swift. Exactly. Exactly. You know, like it really is not, to get me, you know what, actually, it does look a little bit better when you see it in a small image like that, doesn't it? It does actually look a little bit better when you see an image like that. Oh, there's part one. Okay, cool. Are the other tracks out yet? They're not out yet, are they? Can you listen to these tracks? Also, all the tracks are out. You listen. What does Desire sound like? Where are the horny samples then? Where are the horny samples everyone was crying about? Where are the horny samples everyone was crying about? They're not there. I don't see no horny samples. It's not even that bad. Like, come on, man. The tracks are great. I don't know, some people are so putting a tizzy about it. Like, relax, man. Ivory. Good techno, man. This is unequivocally good techno. You can't deny that, man. You really can't deny. Maybe that's the reason why everyone's so. Maybe that's the reason why some people are so upset. Then maybe because they really rate him. That's why. This is unequivocally great techno. Come on, man. This is really good. What motherfuckers talking about? This is really fucking good. Pick up Alarico. Plastic. Yeah. No, he's hard. He's hard. Yo, if anybody finds out, right? If anybody finds out that these are available to buy the vinyl with the current album cover, I want them. Because I'm sure there are not going to be many made. Or maybe hopefully he's printed some already. If he's printed some with the original fucking artwork, I want them. I want them in my collection. I'm going to play some of these tracks. This is fucking hard. This is really fucking good. Really fucking good, man. Really fucking good. He killed it. Obey Part 2, Obey Part 1. Really fucking stellar work there by Alarico. Really fucking stellar work. Everyone fucking complaining can shut the fuck up. I think the people just dislike Alarico and looking for vectors to attack him at this point. Exactly. Considering the post on here a couple weeks ago about him bullying people for making snarky IG posts about hitting the gym while touring, I'd agree. Can anyone share the removed artwork? I can't even find it anymore. So the techno scene now has the same morals as Christian community. Got it. Exactly. Honestly, I've been seeing this happen all across the political left and alternative cultures. It's like the side that used to be anarchist, liberal, hedonistic, etc. is now all a bunch of morality police. Like they are all about being sex positive and supporting free expression by image of... Exactly. That's the thing. It's all about sex positivity until it involves straight guys. Basically. Not even straight women. It's just a problem with straight guys for some reason. It's all pro positivity, all body positive, like sex positive, whatever. Kink this, kink that. But the moment, you know, the moment a straight guy wants to, the moment a straight guy wants to jack off, everyone treats him like a terror. Everyone treats him like a suicide bomber. Yo, a kink rave hates to see a straight guy jacking off by himself. A kink rave hates to see a solo straight guy coming. You know, the kink scene hates to see a solo straight guy come in, bro. He pulls out his piece, bro. Everyone runs. Everyone screams. Everyone ducks for cover. Understandable, though. Understandable. Because sometimes, you know, we can be on the madness. We can be on the fucking madness. But yeah, big up Alarico, man. Big up Alarico. Check out, what's it called? Check out fucking Obey Part 1, Obey Part 2. Available on his Bandcamp, available on that site I mentioned earlier. You can check it out and shit. You get me? I want to get the vinyl with original artwork. That's what I want to get. I want to get that. So I'm gonna see if I can get that and purchase that original vinyl with that art cover. I want the artwork. I want that. I want that memory. You get me? I want that flipping memory.